I've just logged in after another day. We've had quite a few days to put together this first episode of Hermitecraft. And guess what? Not just Impulse that's made a starter base. Not just Mumbo with his tiny home. I gave him a little help with some of the detailing parts. Chimney was my idea. But look, Pearlescent Moon and Scar. Now, that is a starter base. Unbelievable. And then Mumbo's is we've got starter base at home in terms of size. I think these guys have gone a bit nuts, really. How on earth can I compete with this? So Scar's house is something that looks like it belongs in Mortal Engines. It's some kind of boat hybrid on a giant tractor. And then Pearl has got some sort of upside down boat. It's incredible. But the reason I got back online to do a little bit more is because I've had an idea. So at the start of the episode, Mumbo, right, he decided that he's replanting everything. And I just want to test. I want to sample and I want to see how far this goes. So, in theory, it doesn't matter if he sees me because I don't think there's anything he can do about it. So in theory, if this tree goes up, there's nothing he can do about it because he'll have to continuously replant it, I think.
What is this? What is this? What is... I mean... Okay, like, I guess... You know, Green's a good builder. Maybe he knows where trees should go?
So if I just do a little bit of decoration... Let's see. Oh, that's all I'm going to do for now. Just 2 trees. He says he likes it. That's good. Because you have to replant them.
Well, what Green doesn't know is that I can replant them anywhere.
Alright, well here's the tester. Is he going to replant it? Oh no. No, you gotta replant them in the same place. No. You can't be doing that. He's looking for bone meal in mine.
I guess this is my life now. He seems to be taking out my tree.
No. Oh. And now he's flexing on my bed. Unbelievable. You can't replant anywhere. Oh, wait until you're offline then. You'll see, Mumbo. You'll see how crazy this is gonna get. But first, there's something I need to do over at Mumbo Jumbo's tiny house van life thing that he's got going on. We found out last episode that he will replant trees if you put them next to his base, but he doesn't have to replant them in the same place. Now, this doesn't bother me, hence why I'm going to be adding a fair few trees around his base. I have a way to deal with this. When I make my base, I'm going to make sure that the floor isn't made of grass and it isn't made of something you can plant saplings on. So he can replant it, but he can't replant it around my base. I think that's enough trees. It's going to take a while. We also have this weird problem on the server at the moment. It might be a 1.17 bug, but basically when a tree grows, especially if it's like a 4, the server lags like crazy. So, sorry server, but this is, it's got to be done.
This is not how I expected to log into the Hermitecraft server. I seem to be at my campsite, but I seem to be surrounded by forest. The forest has claimed my base. Wait, it took me a long time. I didn't notice. I didn't actually notice the missing L. I thought someone was saying peace, love, and no plants, and I was like, I don't like that. But then I realised. Have they done both? No, okay, good. Because I use my ethically harvested glow squid ink on those signs, and honestly, it's quite difficult to come by. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get any more. Glow squids don't voluntarily kill themselves very often, so, you know, I have to count my lucky charms there. Now, I'm going to pose the question, who on earth did this? Whilst knowing entirely who would have done this. It is 100% the guy who doesn't seem to be able to put backs on his builds. I mean, look at this. What's going on here? I mean, it looks great from the front, but this just won't do. So I say we do him a favor. I'm going to take the trees that is so graciously planted around my base, and I'm going to replant them because, you know, that's what I do, and I'm going to replant them at the back of his base. We're going to finish off the back of his base using trees. Wait a minute. Has he put... I was just wondering... Has he put one on top of my living roof? No, my living roof has actually remained unscathed. That's a missed opportunity, dude. So the many trees have now been removed. I now have a ton of wood, which I'm incredibly thankful for, and also a bunch of saplings. This is going to be more than enough to do what needs to be done. I just need a little bit of dirt. Here we go. Here we go. Saplings and bone meal. Oh, yes. Oh my goodness, the one that was next to the dirt actually grew, and it's probably grown ridiculously tall. Yes! Things are going well. Come on, grow. Yes, they're always absolutely massive ones when they're next to blocks. Now, I must admit, I am facing some bone meal shortages here, and I can't actually get any more. I don't even remember where I got these bones from, but regardless, they are coming in handy. Now, let's see. Has this worked? Yes! Yes, it has! This is a big improvement. I feel like we have definitely made it better. I have missed this little bit, though, so let's fill that in. And now I think my masterpiece is finished. And I've got to say, you know, from the front, it actually doesn't look too bad. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's certain bits that look out of place, but the leaves actually fit in with the kind of greenery that he has going on with the build. Where things start to go a little bit sideways is when you start to look at it from these sorts of angles. Oh man, this is so ridiculous. This is so stupid. It is a mess. It is an absolute mess. But you have to remember, he made a complete mess of my base, and I've just thought, I really hope this doesn't escalate past this point. Like, I hope we can end this tree battle now before it becomes a tree war, which I guess does bring me on to my signs. I mean, they could be a little bit aggressive. I saw you were struggling with the back of your base, as always. Is that too much? Is that too much? So I fixed it for you. Peace, love, and plants. The fact that I've added peace, love, and plants to the end with a love heart. There's a love heart in there. I feel like that should calm things down a tiny bit. One can only hope, because I only have a tiny base, so it can't take much more treeage.
And it turns out that my house has had a bit of a makeover as well while I was gone. I saw you were struggling with the back of your base, as always. So I fixed it for you. Peace, love, and plants. See, I expected this, and you know what? I'm not even that annoyed by it, because for some reason it seems to work. Mumbo has decided to plant a bunch of trees on the back of my house, and it actually makes me want to plant some trees as part of the build. Maybe I can make that work. Mumbo probably thinks that he's got me checkmated, good and proper here. But I don't think he has. And now I'm going to take this down because I need to actually finish the back of my house. I shouldn't have left my house so vulnerable overnight so Mumbo could do something to it. But I've got a way to be uncheckmated. So Mumbo is replanting, or has replanted, every tree that I planted round his base. So, in order to be uncheckmated, otherwise we're going to end up in a constant loop of planting trees in each other's base. I need to think of loopholes to get round his own rules. And he has to keep making his own rules to get round my loopholes. So in order to win this silly log-related battle that we've got going on, we need to think outside the box. The joke's on both of us a little bit, because we're just using this as an excuse to farm logs. Look at this. I think this season I need to just see how far I can push Mumbo's peace, love, and plants thing. There we go, all cleaned up. I've got your number, Mumbo minivan. Oh, he's left the game. Okay, I have actual time to do this while he's gone. And it's super easy. All I need is bone meal. So, here's my thing. He thinks he's got me checkmated, Mumbo, the new Tater King. I am only going to place one tree. One singular tree on his house. But here's the thing. Here's how we get round his newfangled rules. It's one really big tree. I think as long as we have one continuous log all the way up to the sky limit, I think we've naturally got ourselves one tree. So if he's going to replant that tree, it's just one. I definitely will not need any taters from Potato Boy. All right, let's get this. Let's get this all the way to this. Let's get this to build height. I need to hope for some extra large trees. I love finding loopholes in Mumbo's nonsense. We're gonna prove that this is all a giant sham. He's just talking nonsense all the time about this peace, love, and plant stuff. He has to kill stuff. In this game, in Minecraft, you cannot avoid having to kill stuff one way or another, or he's gonna rely on other people to kill mobs, etc. It won't be long before he's telling us that, you know, zombies are, they're kind of undead, so they were never really alive, so is it really killing? We're gonna hear that kind of nonsense before long. You know what? My house looks pretty nice. Scar keeps waxing, in quotation marks, all the copper, but what he's really doing is de-waxing. Like, when he uses an axe, he's removing it, right? Because if you want to wax it, you got to put honeycomb on it. So he's not actually doing what... Scar's waxing service is actually Scar's de-waxing service. We're getting close to that height where it's getting pretty dangerous. One big tree. This took a little longer than I thought. Why are my cows all shuffled over to one corner? Now that is weird. I think we might be at the top. Yeah, okay. No more trees can be planted. However, we can plant a sign. This is one tree. Feel free to replant a sapling in its place. And now we go all the way back down. Oh, and he's just, as I've just got to the bottom, he has joined back. Hopefully he's not going to come back through that portal right this second. Oh, dear. That is a Minecraft monstrosity. I have not seen anything on Hermitecraft quite that ugly in a very long time.
They're useful, and then that business... What is that? What? 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 I mean, there's only one... Oh my goodness. The mega tree. Oh my goodness. This is ridiculous. Does that go all the way up to the build limit? I mean, I imagine it goes all the way up to the build limit. This is quite the monument. I don't even know how to get rid of this. And I don't even know if I should get rid of this. I'm just going to ignore it because this gal's popped over for a quick adventure.